AAAs or 4 AAAs at the border. Are they active?
Those are the places that we struck. So if you go and recon the screen, they're not there. So I don't expect them to be active, but I just left them there, you know, so you can be aware.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, check, check. You can still hear me? I got my voice activity on. Okay, so you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Still.
So you've got the data card. So everything that we normally do standard-wise has been put into the data card, so I won't brief that. We are Falcon 3, and our 2 tar caps are Eagle 1 to the right and southeast of us. They'll be at 22, or 20. Eagle 1 will be at 27, and Claw 1 to the southwest will be at 28, and then Diamond 1 is our tanker at 24,000. He's there in case we need to come out and go back and do some, provide some air cover for our ground troops. So if we need to come out, get fuel, go back up, and just do some capping, we will until it's time to go. So that's why I put the tanker in there. Looks like the weather today is VFR as well. It's 318 at 4, and in the target area 283 at 4. We'll just leave our altimeter set to the Yichon altimeter up in the target area, so we can expect a 26 departure with just a, you know, we're visual, so we'll just be a standard turn to the north at 300 knots and rejoin. Now, when we get up to the target area, you can probably see between steer 5 and 6 that there are some there is some activity up there. There are some vehicles and stuff. Okay. If you look over towards steer point 5, you'll see there looks to be some mobile artillery coming down from the north. You see that?
Let me check.
It's just to the west of steer 5. What I want you to do is put a threat steer point there of AAA, and just remember there's also SA-7s there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this
okay,
is
so actually change that to manpad. Well, you know, I don't want to say that because you need to change it to AAA, because that effectively we are going to be in that area. So what I would like to do is I would like to set up a wheel based off of steer 5. All right?
Based off of steer 5.
Right,
okay.
so I'm going to move steer 6 out to 12 miles. Now I want you to double-click your flight, double-click your aircraft, and then you should see that change.
Yeah, change.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a wheel, and we're going to work in quadrants. So what we can do is I want you to set up a steer line and use steer line 2. Select steer line 2. And I want you to create 2 steer lines. Put one of them over steer 5.
Yeah.
And put the other one. Do you see, if you go southeast of steer 5, there is an infantry base right above the lake there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first army base.
Put that other line over that infantry base, and I want you to work to the west of that line, and I'll work to the east of that line. Okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. So just basically just roll in and attack the targets, but just try and stay west of that line. In fact, it's almost too complicated to work 2 aircraft here. Now I think we can still do it. You work west of that line, so you arc to the west, and I'll arc to the east and north, and we can attack the same targets using Mavericks. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll start at 15, and we'll have the hard deck at 10, and as long as you don't get in that AAA ring, you'll be good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so don't
Okay.
get any closer than to the target. Then I want you to launch at max range. So if you're in the arc, say at 350, you should be able to roll in, and by the time you get in range, be about 400, 450, and launch right at max range, around 9 or 10 miles, and then just come right back out. So you can
Okay.
arc west, come in and attack, and come out east, and you can just do a little slice of pie like that, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense? So you'll start, let's say, for example, you don't have to start at the, on that line at 12 miles, but let's just say you did. You were 12 miles arcing, starting at that line, and when you were due south, you ran in and attacked. You could come back out to that same point and then just keep attacking in that little slice of pie right there.
Okay.
And that would keep you safe, okay?
Okay.
Or what you could do is you could come in, attack, come out to the east, then flow back to the west, come out to the west, then come back in the arc and attack, then go out to the east, arc to the west, go in and attack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can, however you want to run it over there, you just have to be cautious that there is that AAA that's moving. There might be other threats as well. And I'm going to do the same, but to the north. I'm basically going to run in probably, we'll have to see how many threats there are. I may actually run in to the northwest and then come out to the east, but we'll see. We'll see how well it works. If it's too hot up there, then what I'll do is come out and do air-to-air while you finish up, and then I'll come in and we can swap roles. But we'll just have to see. But that's the game plan. So what we'll do is we'll proceed up into the target area. Game plan will be fenced in by steer 3. Steer 4, I'll put you in a trail. And as soon as we get to about 15 miles, I'll have you arc west. I'll arc east, and we'll start scanning for targets. And then what you do is when you get far enough west that you want to turn around, just do a U-turn and begin arcing the other way, right? But this time you might, instead of being at 12 miles due to the thing, you'll be at 15. So just have to work your way back in. So at 15 miles, you'll arc west in a 12-mile arc. I'll arc east and north. And then we'll just begin scanning for targets. And once we find them, you're cleared hot. Just as the ROE says, just make sure you either verify them visually or declare them with AWACS.
Roger.
And the ones we're looking for is not that AAA that's coming down for the north. We're looking for that. You'll see east of Steer 5, there's a mech division, and then the second one east is the 4th Corps Artillery. You want to go for those 1975s and 1974s, and even further to the east is another one. We just don't see it. So I'm going to try to go for that one that's further to the east. All right?
Okay. Okay.
So, so that's the plan.
Is, T-62.
Well, we want the artillery first, and then you can go after the T-62s and the mech battalion. But I want you to go after the artillery. They're actually more threatening because they can stand off at 20, 30, 40 miles and just pound the troops.
Okay,
Whereas
gotcha.
the tanks have to be much closer, so these artillery rounds can hit out without line of sight. So we want to get those first and then go for the tanks.
Roger that.
And what we might do, so we can coordinate the attack is you go for the tanks and I'll go for the artillery. How's that sound?
I go for tanks? Okay, no problem.
Yeah, you go for the tanks, I'll go for the artillery. And we'll just go there. And
I see that the mech battalion is only 26% left.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I can take those tanks out, and then there just won't be, they'll pretty much just kind of dwindle away or go stagnant. And then if you can go for those 1975s or at 174, just get the you'll get the tanks and I'll get the artillery.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so that's it, man. Everything's standard for the departure. You've got the data card there. Just give it a good look while we're sitting in the cockpit.
Okay.
And get yourself familiarized with it. And I think that's it. The game plan for air-to-air is to be more defensive. So if you I would rather flow towards our help. So if you place your IDM, if you place Claw 1 and Eagle 1 in slots 5, 6, so Claw 1 will be 2, 1 and 2, 2, and 5 and 6, and Eagle 1 will be 3, 1 and 3, 2. And if you get a spike, just call for help on AWACS and then flow back towards your cover, because we'd like to keep our air-to-air missiles so that once we drop stores, we can use those and take out some aircraft.
Yeah. Okay.
So be more defensive. Don't get yourself caught. And Canteen 1 is our tanker, so that's the one we'll use. Should we need to, we may run out of time.
Yeah. Okay.
So all right, we've done the IVC check. We're going to do. Let's double click, save your data cartridge. Make sure you got VH1, VHF1, and COM15 set. And we'll use the same signals as we did before, so we'll try to do everything with the least amount of radio chatter as possible.
Okay.
And the formations are in there. So what we'll do is we'll rejoin en route. So when I kick you out with the signal, you'll go to wedge.
Okay.
Right? So when I waggle the wings back and forth, you're going to kick out to that formation wedge. So when I dip my wing down, like let's say you're on my left side, and I dip the wing down and go level, dip the wing down and go level, that's your sign to double your distance, kick out. If I bring that left wing up and go level, and then bring it up again and go level, that's your signal to kick it in, you know, to bring it in.
Okay.
If I porpoise up and down, that's bring it in, like tight. But with the wing rocks, you know, that's cut the distance in half. But the porpoise, if I go up and down, that's bring it all the way in.
All the way in.
Yeah, exactly. So and whenever I rock the wings back and forth, that's for the formation change. So that's when we go wedge. So at steer point 3, you'll see me do that, and then you'll just kick out into your wedge. And we're not going to steer point 2. That's just a timing steer point, okay?
Okay, we need to procite our maps.
Yes, we need to bore sight the maps. So I'll kick you out early, and let's plan on. Yeah, that's a good point. And I'd already forgotten about that. Let's put steer point.
There is
steer point 2.
There's a town near steer point 3, so we can just take off and head directly to steer point 3, and in the way I see 1, 2, 3 towns, cities around the path line. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So what we'll do is I'll put you in a wedge, and you're going to maintain 10 and below, and I'm going to maintain 12 and above until we get bore sighted, okay? And that'll keep us separated, and then we'll rejoin. All right? All right.
Yeah, thanks for that. I totally forgot about it. So, all right. So double click, save your data cartridge. It's going to be takeoff taxi until 15 minutes, and then ramp. And I did set the timing for the spawning of the AI to 10 minutes.
Yeah, please. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Ready?
Yalla.
Yalla.
All right. I'm going to mute Discord.
Me too. Okay, I'll leave the call.
All right, see you.
Okay, let's see.
Hey, man, I may... Okay, looks like it's going to work, but it doesn't look... looks like there's going to be a huge performance hit, so I may have to... We'll see.
Falcon 3, each on approach, 3019.
Falcon 3, check in on Victor. And Falcon 3, Alpha check, Bull 126136, check altimeter 3019er. Yeah, just confirm that Alpha check, 126136, altimeter 3019er.
2.
And 2, just confirm you are ready.
2 with a taxi.
Okay, yeah, I just see you still got chalks. That might be the chalk bug.
No, it's gone, I guess.
Okay, looks good. Each on traffic, Falcon 3, 2F-16 taxi, runway 8 for departure. Each on.
Taxi, runway 08. Hold short.
Two, check tech in.
Falcon 3-1, each on tower. You're cleared for takeoff. Runway 08.
2.
Okay, yardstick sweep. All right, check Mavericks powered on, and let's line up and wait. Each on traffic, Falcon 3, taking runway 08, will be left turn out north departure. Each on.
Falcon 3-1, each on approach. 320 at 03 knots. 4-1-1, ready for departure. Falcon 3-2, each on tower. Taxi clear of the runway. Falcon 3-2, each on tower. Taxi clear of the runway. Falcon 3-1, each on tower. Resume on navigation. Falcon 3-2, each on tower. You're cleared for takeoff. Runway 08. Falcon 3-2, each on tower. Resume on navigation. 1-1, hold short.
Rejoin steer 3.
1-1, taxi. Runway 08. Claw 1-2, taxi, runway 08. Eagle 1-1, ready for departure.
Each on traffic, Falcon 3, clear to the north, switching to tactical. 2, push uniform 13.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
Falcon 2-1, engaging target. Bullseye 030, 30 miles, 21,000.
2, you can detach and begin bore sighting, steer 3.
Roger that, 2 detaching.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
My TGP's not up yet, so I'm going to orbit a little bit until it comes online.
Roger that.
Just 10 and below. 10 and below for you.
2, roger that.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 050, 80 miles, 6,000.
Okay, I've got the TGP now, so I'm going to start bore sighting.
Chalice, 1, radar.
Caution.
Bullseye,
Caution.
055, 80 miles, 6,000.
Two, status with the bore sight.
2, bore sighted.
Just advise when you're visual.
2, visual.
Okay, I did not get a chance to confirm the bore sight, so I'm going to do this up ahead. So just go wedge left side.
Roger that. 2, rejoining.
So I can tell that it's going to do correctly because if I zoom in here and pick something with the TGP, I can see that my
Radar contact. Bullseye, 035, 35 miles.
I can see that it's
6,000.
right on there. So, but I still need to confirm at least once. And then when I switch stations, it's still right on the money. So it's going to work here. So let's give it a shot. Okay, good handoff. Switching Mavericks. Good handoff, switch. And good handoff. Okay, power off. And I should be able to go into my test screen here. Clear. Yeah, it's good. All right, good bore sight. Let's climb up to Angels 15.
Roger that. 2, in position.
Set speed 350. Stand by for picture. Reference steer 4.
Falcon 3-1, Chalice, 1, picture clear.
Picture clear.
Copy.
Shark 3-1, engaging target bullseye, 035, 35 miles, 21,000.
Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 055, 80 miles, 6,000.
Sunrise.
Falcon 3, stand by for ops check. One is 2832, 10.4 feeding. Copy that. And we're going to increase 370 knots.
Roger.
And Falcon 3, fence in. One's fence, 2.3 feeding.
Two fence, 10.1 feeding.
Shark 3-1, engaging target bullseye, 040, 40 miles, 21,000.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 015, 100 miles, 15,000. Panther 1-1, engaging target bullseye 040, 40 miles, 25,000. Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 040, 40 miles, 6,000. Buzzsaw 9, let's go home.
Reference steer 5.
Steer 5.
Contact, I've got movers about 12 to 1 o'clock, 30 miles.
Global 3-1, in. Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 020.
2, go trail.
100 miles, 17,000.
2.
And now we're going to reference the starting point of that line I drew, okay?
Roger that.
Let's call that alpha. So reference alpha.
Okay, roger.
Stand by for picture.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 020. 120 miles, 17,000. Falcon 3-1, Chalice 1, picture is multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 045. 50 miles, 6,000.
Just confirm you heard that on Uniform 1.
Yeah, confirmed.
Copy that.
Okay, I got visual of on the artillery.
Okay, what we're going to do is proceed over Alpha to steer 5, and then we'll enter the arc at 15 miles.
Okay, roger that.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 025.
Okay, referencing steer 5.
120 miles, 17,000.
Roger. Okay, request permission to engage. I got visual on the artillery.
Negative. I want you to enter the arc and proceed west before you engage.
Roger that.
And yours is the tanks. Confirm you are the tanks.
Okay, got you. Okay, roger that.
Okay, you can detach. I'm proceeding. I'm arcing to the east.
Okay, 2 detaching, arcing to west.
Falcon 3-2, Chalice 1, contacted a bogey.
Okay, 2 confirming, got visual on the target.
Clear to engage. Weapons free.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 045. 50 miles, 6,000.
Just stay in your quadrant. 1 is in hot from the east.
Roger that. 2 in hot from west.
Okay, 1 is off dry to the south. It appears I've got a mountain in front of me, which doesn't make sense.
Chalice 1, radar contact. Bullseye 045. 50 miles, 6,000.
2 rifles off hot south.
Disregard, it's operator error. I had my mark point page pulled up. That's what I screwed up.
Roger that.
So I'll be back hot here shortly. Stand by for picture.
Falcon 3-1, Chalice 1, picture is multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 045. 50 miles, 6,000.
Go ahead.
Say again?
Chalice 1,
Good,
radar contact.
Oh, good hits. Copy that.
045, 50 miles, 6,000.
In hard from Point Alpha.
Okay, one's off dry to the south.
Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 050, 50 miles, 6,000.
2, I'm not going to be able to work from the east. I've got mountain here that's right in my way, so I'm going to flow south until you're clear.
Roger that.
And check that. I'm going to try and make my runs from the south.
Copy.
So just be advised, I'll be in hot from the south and off to the east.
Roger that.
Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
2 off hard to south.
Okay, targets acquired. And one's in from the southeast.
Two more tanks destroyed.
Copy. One rifle off hot east.
Okay, 2, I got only one T-62 left. You will attack one of these other artilleries.
2, just attack the tank and orbit south of Alpha until I'm clear.
Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 050.
After the
60
tank,
miles,
weapons
6,000.
hold. After the last T-62, weapons hold.
Roger that. 2 in hot from south.
Two's in the arc, or one's in the arc. Picture.
Falcon 3-1, Chalice 1, pictures multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000. Chalice 1, radar contact, bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
Shack, one's in hot from the south.
I got SA2 spike, music on.
One copy. One rifle off hot east.
Chalice 1, radar contact, bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
Weapons hold, reference Alpha.
Two from one. I want you to manage the picture with Chalice.
Roger that.
One's in the arc at bearing 120. And two, just power down your Mavs while you wait.
Two.
Chalice 1, radar contact, bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
Shack on second target.
Two Shack on the last, P62.
One copies. One's in hot from the southeast.
Two, stand by for picture.
Falcon 3-2, Chalice 1, pictures multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
Caution. Caution.
Chalice 1, radar contact, bullseye 050, 60 miles, 6,000.
One rifle off hot to the east.
Two, music off.
Two, say Mavericks remaining.
Chalice 1, radar
Only
contact,
one
bullseye
Maverick remaining.
050, 60 miles, 6,000.
Copy. Take Angels 18.
Say it again.
Take Angels 18. Deconflict. Climb to Angels 18.
Roger that.
One's visual.
Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 050. 60 miles, 6,000.
Buddy Spike.
Sorry, say it again.
I said Buddy Spike. These mountains are a real pain in the ass.
You're still streaming.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to cross over to the west here a little bit because I just can't get good line of sight on these things now.
Roger that. To reference the steer point Alpha.
Okay, one's target acquired, in hot from the southwest. Correction, in hot from the southeast.
Copy.
Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 055. 80 miles, 6,000.
Tempest 5, we are RTB.
One's rifle off hot to the west.
Copy that. To stand by for picture.
Falcon 3-2, Chalice, 1, pictures multiple groups. Nearest bandit at Bullseye, 055. 80 miles, 6,000. Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 055. 80 miles, 6,000.
Okay, they are not too far. They are just to the north of our target.
Okay, just keep an eye on them. We're not going to engage them, but we may need to call in the F-15s. But just observe.
Roger that.
Okay, I'm going to have to track to the north here. I can no longer gain line of sight here, so I'm in an arc now to the north of the targets. I'm west, arcing north.
Roger that.
Falcon 3 ops check. One is 2832 7000 dry.
2 is 273264 dry.
Chalice, 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 055. 80 miles, 6,000.
Okay, I have reacquired the target, and one is in hot from the southwest.
Copy that.
Yeah, I got AAA spike off to the north.
Chalice,
Copy.
1, radar contact. Bullseye, 055. 80 miles, 6,000.
One rifle off hot to the south.
Copy that to I've got visual.
One's in the arc.
Gypsy, 1-1. Active, bullseye, 330. 80 miles.
Okay, one's in hot from the west. One rifle off hot south. Two, you're cleared in, and
Caution.
I'm going to go air to air. And I'll be up at 18. You're clear down to 15.
Roger that. So I'm requesting permission to attack the artillery.
Weapons free on any targets that remain. Keep in mind, though, I have one in the air on the artillery, so I would hold weapons. Weapons hold, come out, and come in again once it's impacted.
Roger that.
Because more than likely, we're looking at the same target.
Two rifle off hot to southeast.
Okay. Confirm Dakota.
I'm kind of can't remember what Dakota.
No worries. It's an older one. I don't know that it's in use anymore, but we'll use it. It's no more air-to-surface weapons.
Oh yeah, so Dakota confirmed.
All right, let's pack it up because By the time we get back, it's going to be about time to quit. So, all right, weapons safe, and let's stand by. Proceed steer point 7, rejoin Angels 19, 300 knots.
Roger that. To shake confirmed on the last target.
Copy.
To steer point 7 and 19. Okay, so we got visual.
Okay, clear to rejoin. Increasing to 350.
Roger that.
And steer point 8 reference. And 2 rejoin wedge.
Roger. Two in position.
Visual. Sorry about my speed control, man. I'm gonna keep it 400.
Roger that.
Sorry, I'm just trying to do 3 or 4 things at one time here.
No problem.
All right, Falcon 3, fence out. One's out, 5-6.
2, fence it out at 4-7.
Reset Joker to 2.5.
Roger that. Joker to 2.5.
All right, let's descend 5,000.
2.
No shoot.
Reference steer 10.
2.
And 2 go 1 mile trail.
Roger that. 2 to 1 mile track.
Falcon 3, push uniform 15.
2.
2, check in on uniform.
2.
Loud and clear.
Falcon 3, decon approach 3021.
Set altimeter 3021.
Similar to 3021.
And to just as a reminder, you're going to have to request an autonomous approach to get the approach lights after I land, okay?
Okay, roger that.
Altitude.
So
Altitude.
I'll request it, and then you can request it after, and then once you do that, then it should come back on for you.
Roger.
In fact, it's to make sure you do have lights. Go 1.5 miles trail.
Descend to 4,000. Maintain 300 knots. Runway 08.
Reference heading
Eagle
200.
1-1, inbound for landing.
Eagle 1-2. Inbound for
Roger.
landing.
I'm going to pick up the speed here to 400 knots, and we got the Eagles coming in. So I'm going to have to declare an emergency so we can get the runway to ourselves.
Okay, roger that.
Actually, we're going to be behind Claw. Crap. Okay, just advise you see Claw 2 there at 4,000.
Negative, I'm blind to Eagle.
Okay, yeah, it's in the IDM. If you didn't set the IDM up, you won't see it.
Yeah,
Falcon
okay, I
3-1,
got this.
Each-on tower. Resume on navigation. Falcon 3-2,
Okay, that's our
Each-on
traffic.
tower. Resume on navigation.
Roger.
Okay, set speed 350.
3,000, maintain 230 knots. Turn left heading
Speed to
075.
350, roger.
And let's make it 300.
Roger that.
And leveling Angels 7.
7, roger that.
Claw 1-1, turn left to final approach course 080. Check approach speed. Eagle 1-1, descend to 5,000, maintain 250 knots, turn right heading 225, runway 08. Eagle 1-2, orbit for spacing 6,000.
Eagle 1-2, orbit for spacing 6,000. Eagle 1-2, maintain 300 knots.
Claw 1-2, turn left to final approach course 080. Check approach speed.
Set speed 250 knots to Sin Angels 5.
Roger that.
Reference heading of 170.
170, roger.
Good evening, Falcon 3, Beach on approach, runway 08, welcome back.
To Sin Angels 3.
Good evening, Falcon 3, Beach on approach, runway 08, welcome back.
Claw 1-2, on final.
Good evening, Claw 1-1, each on tower, clear for landing, runway 08, jet gear down.
Turning to establish on final.
Copy.
Okay, slowing to approach speed.
2, turning left, starting landing procedures.
descend to 5,000, turn left heading 200, runway 08. Eagle 11, descend to 5,000, turn right heading 260, vector to left base, runway 08. Eagle 11, descend to 4,000. Good evening, Falcon 3-1, each on tower, clear for landing, runway 08, check gear down. Eagle 12, descend to 5,000, turn right heading 255.
Don't get low here. There's mountains right
Eagle
below us.
11,
Keep at least
descend
one
to
white
3,000,
there.
maintain 230 knots, turn left heading 105.
Preferably two white, two red.
Tower, clear for landing, runway 08, check gear down.
Probably going to have to start doing the approach as we come in at night.
On final.
Falcon 3-2, abort landing, vector 360, contact approach.
Just request the autonomous.
To abort landing.
No. Just request the autonomous.
Too late, I'm sorry. I guess I was too close to your 6.
Eagle 12.
No, you don't listen to him at all. Disregard the ATC completely.
Runway 08. Eagle 11, turn left to final approach course 080, check approach speed. Good evening, Falcon 3, each on approach, runway 08, welcome back. Eagle 11, gear down. Falcon 3-1, clear runway, incoming traffic. Eagle 12, descend to 3,000, maintain 230 knots, turn left heading 175.
One's clear and taxi to park due to inbound aircraft.
Good evening, Eagle 11, each on tower, clear for landing, runway 08, check gear down. Eagle 12, turn left to final approach course 080, check speed. Falcon 3-2, each on approach. Stop emergency, you're clear for immediate landing, runway 08, alerting the soft. Falcon 3-2, abort landing. Vector 020, contact departure. Eagle 1-2, on final. Good evening, Eagle 1-2, each on tower, clear for landing. Runway 08, jet gear down.
Final.
All right, copy it.
Are you in run-up or in the park?
No, I went to the park. I didn't want to get in the way of those eagles.
Roger that.
Falcon 3-2, each on tower. Next time, get a clearance before landing.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you don't listen to him. Just don't worry about him. The only reason I turn him on is so I can get the ATIS and see if there's any other traffic.
K2 shutting down.
I must have missed you. I'm looking on the wrong side, I guess.
You're right.
Okay, copy that. I'm shutting down as well. Hello? I see it moving there. I'm just not hearing anything.
Hello?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
Now that's what I like to see. 6 out of 6. You
Yeah,
got
that was
you got 5 T-62s, one that last M1975, and I got the 5 1975s and one 1974. Man, I tell you what, that I love that wheel, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and then I had to readjust though because I was getting blocked the direction I was coming from. So maybe some better planning there. Actually looking at the terrain a little bit closer and so forth. Those units, I think they're completely gone. We wiped them out. So that was
I got
good
my
mission.
my unit because it was only 5 T-62s and I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so they are all gone. After that, I requested to engage this I don't know, the M1975.
Yeah, I just didn't want us both going after the same targets and then possibly shooting 2 missiles at the same target. So
Yeah,
just
that was
when the way they were moving, it was just easier because also I had more I had most of my Mavs still left. So yeah, it worked out good. And a couple times I was locking up a target, and I think it was going into the terrain because it would try to hand off, and then it would back out, So I had to shift off to the west, and then that's when I flew up to the north there. That's when I started to get that AAA spike. And as soon as I got the AAA spike, I turned east from that point, and he didn't engage. But all in all, good mission.
Yeah. So did you see your target moving west?
No, they were all moving east.
Okay, because I saw a bunch of M1975 moving west. This is why I requested to engage them. And actually,
Okay.
I destroyed one from them.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, that's no problem. That's okay. But when you take out a unit, you want to try and take everything out if you can, or it'll respawn back. So it's rather than just kind of bounce around between different targets, we'll just stick with the ones that we have. So, but it's hard to tell because they start moving all over the place, right? So you don't know what unit you're engaging. But yeah, that's okay. It still worked out fine. We put 6 missiles on target, and pretty much destroyed that whole unit. It's a good thing I didn't go any further north, because there's SA-7s up there as well. So, but yeah, you know, I didn't do a very good job with my planning here, because as I look on the screen, there's those two mountains, and that's exactly where they were going. So, you know, the better run-in line, we should have actually ran in from the east. So, but that's what I was doing. And yeah, there's still a mountain there. So, yeah, it looks like the west. Well, west is best in this case. But yeah, you know, we still worked it out, and yeah, got the job done. We got back. Fuel was not a concern. We stayed deconflicted, and yeah, we got all of our targets. And like I said, air superiority, we're enjoying that right now. So let's take advantage of that. And when it does pick up, so if you look at the intel, you can see their air power is down to where our air defenses are.
They are very low.
Yeah. So, but the resupply is going to start taking place here, and you're going to start to see aircraft come back into play.
Bases.
Yeah. Just well, and what I did is I took out the Oka strikes, so there wouldn't be so many deep strikes into territories, right? So they're not doing so many offensive counter air right now. But what I'll do is on day 2, I'll pick that back up. I'll start increasing the Oka strikes now, and yeah. So we'll see how that works out. But otherwise, it was a good mission, man.
Yeah.
The briefing went fast. I think we understood everything we needed to do. Oh yeah, there was a couple things. Let's see. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Lots of things were just like standard. We discussed it the previous time, so I guess.
Right, and don't forget when I brief the non-standard stuff, write it down, because when we were climbing up to bore site, you were supposed to say 10 and below, but you kept climbing.
Oh no! I just I keep looking at the MFDs. This is why
gotcha.
Lots visual in the altitude. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, you still got to maintain that separation though. And then the other thing is, just whenever I give you a directive, don't worry about stating the directive again. Just say 2, unless it's something you need to say, right? So like,
Roger.
you know, if I say 370 heading, descending to 5,000, you don't need to. You repeat that in the real world, like in a commercial jetliner, but all you have to do is say 2.
Okay, I was trying to keep myself busy.
Yeah, no worries. But
Okay.
that's all right. But what'll happen is when we get into a situation where we got more people, the more talk on the radio, the more jammed up it gets.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, it was other than that, it was good. I just had some planning things I gotta look after. I should have labeled that point Alpha on the thing before we left, so I could say proceed to Alpha rather than proceed to that little thingy there by the water.
Yeah, I used to say steer point Alpha many times when I was going to target and looking for air-to-air enemies. So when going back, I keep saying steer point Alpha or reference Alpha.
Ah, okay.
So how was the comms?
Good. They were real good.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. You know, I think maybe you might have thought I nodded there for the takeoff early, didn't you? Were you runned up a long time?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just looking over at the F-15s, and I was trying to avoid not looking at you at all, so you wouldn't think to run up, right? But I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to change that. When we take the active runway, we're going to go lights flashing. All right?
Okay.
Okay? And then what we'll do is when I'm ready to run them up, I'll go steady lights. And then we'll run them up. And then at that point, you just wait for my brake release. So I'll go steady lights, and I'll begin the run-up procedure. And when your lights are steady, I'll know that you're runned up and ready to go.
Okay, Roger.
All right, so just that way, I mean, you'll know to start the run up when my lights go steady, and you'll turn yours on when you're ready, and then as soon as your lights go on, then I'll release brakes, and we'll start the procedure. I think that'll be a little bit easier, because once it gets dark, it's going to be hard to see your nod.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to zoom even to see you.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that, so yeah, so we'll just do it that way. But all right, man, good mission. I'm going to go ahead and save it
man.
here as this is a fourth mission, right? Or the third? It's the third.
The third one. It's the third quarter of the day.
Okay, so I'm going to save this as mission 3 or mission 4 because that's the next one.
Oh, okay. It's the saving, not the link.
Right. So it's saved now, and then we'll be flying after midnight the next time.
Oh yeah.
So this might be a
dark, huh?
this might be a good opportunity to do some air-to-air or to get in a strike. So we might plan a strike mission on maybe an air base or something like that. Come in the middle of the night. Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Get down there.
I guess it's the best weather for it, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, nighttime is tough because if you're going to get down in the ground there, you got to have the NVGs, but also they use the terrain following radar, and I don't think that's an option on the Block 50, so we'll be a little bit limited to the altitude that we go down to. So we'll probably stay just 500 AGL.
Okay.
And yeah, so no lower than that. So yeah, we'll probably maybe pick a target here and do a strike on an air base, or depending on its defenses, right? We could also do a seed mission.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll do a seed mission and take out some. That'll probably be better for the nighttime. So let's plan on that for mission 4, and then that'll be. So we just did the mission from 6 to 12. We're going to be doing the mission from 12 to 6. So any time after midnight and before 6 a.m. is when we'll do our strike.
Okay.
And then day 2, it starts to get a little dicey with weather. And day 3, there's some really poor weather around our area. So we'll be shooting instrument approaches, stuff like that.
Okay. Even in the airport chart, runway 08 doesn't have ILS, only TACAN, right?
Right. So that can be a problem, and in a situation like that, what we'll end up doing is if the weather does get below the ability to shoot the approach, then our recovery will be at our alternate.
Oh, okay. So can we just limit the landing to be on runway 26?
You can, but if you've got a tailwind, let's say you got a high tailwind, 20-25 knots, that's going to make your landing dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's outside the limitations, I think, of the aircraft as well. So in a situation like that, you would shoot the ILS down to minimums or down to circling minimums, and then circle to land runway 8, which we can do that. So your circling minimums are a little bit higher, you know. So let's say your ILS minimums are down to 200 AGL. Your circling minimums might be 1,000 AGL. So if you don't see the runway by 1,000 or have ground contact, runway by 1,000 feet AGL, then you have to go missed approach.
Yeah,
so, and then once you do see it, then you circle, so you break off the approach to a downwind, and then you just get in the pattern and land. And that's how you do a circle.
Okay.
So we will do circle to land off the ILS for runway 8, since it's just an easier approach to shoot. But again, also, you know, you saw the min safe in the area was 5,000, and when we were down at 5,000, or as we were 7,000 descending, I could see the terrain below us at 48, 49, 47.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right.
at the AGL. So that's why you don't really want to go no lower than 7 until you're on the approach, or you're lined up for the runway. But it is pretty mountainous in Yichon. So our nighttime recoveries will be approach recoveries from here on out. So just plan on that. So when we come back from our mission on the seed, you can expect a recovery, even if it's visual conditions, to be the ILS approach.
Okay, copy.
So we'll do that via the ARC and the ILS, and then, yeah. All right, man. Good flight, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, are you out of the,
So,
you're out of the server now? Yep. Okay, I'm going to shut down and
Yeah.
enjoy work tomorrow. I'm going to be here on my day off.
Oh, really? Day
Yeah.
off. The problem is I have